Moisture as the front moved into it. The front, the lifting mechanism to scrunch up that moisture and able to drop it in the form of some rains, still pushing on through a section of the Ohio Valley into eastern Kentucky, back into western Tennessee and parts of Mississippi, trailing all the way back to Texas. That's the current look at things. Again, the moisture is really
right now. You can see that snow now starting to spread across eastern Pennsylvania, State College, Harrisburg, Wilkes-Barre, Philadelphia, Williamsport, all seeing some light snow now. But if you come a bit further back to the west, you see rain at places like Pittsburgh and Buffalo and Rochester as well. Temperatures kind of bear that out. As we take a look at temperatures, 26 in Boston, 35 in New York.
Was moisture in place, then we have to have a lifting mechanism. That lifting mechanism is right there. That's the front, able to move in and scoop up that moisture. The moisture in place, how much? Well, we'll look at a dew point map to indicate. Dew point's the best direct measurement of the amount of moisture. Like, for example, 57-degree dew point at Nashville. That meant if the air temperature was at 57 dew point, 57 air temperature, that you'd have a saturated air mass. That's essentially what that means. So that's one of the more direct ways we look at to see where conditions are ripe for more soaking rains and seeing precipitation in an area. So we're talking about in this range as well. But get back behind the front. You know, I showed you the front there. Look behind it. 32, St. Louis, 21-degree the dew point at Kansas City. So what that should indicate to you and to everybody, and me too, that we're talking about cooler, drier air settling in for a better day for St. Louis, Kansas City, and Oklahoma City. Another good one. Still some showers around Dallas, but you'll have a better day tomorrow, too. Let's talk about the current precipitation now. Into some cities here across the Northeast, western New York, at times you're seeing some flakes flying, and in some places, Warren will have more details on that in a couple of moments, and some rain in the western parts of Pennsylvania, as opposed to some snow in the west, that Warren has more details on. Parts of Ohio still experiencing some rain, luckily pushing out of the Cincinnati area. Now parts of southeastern Kentucky still with some rain woes. As we drop a little further down into Tennessee, kind of moving on past the Nashville area onto eastern Tennessee, into Mississippi, just south of Tupelo, and still some stormy weather around Dallas and Waco, back around Junction, too. We'll see some storms hanging on for you there. Let's go back and take a look at the current weather map, indicating exactly what's happening. I talked about the front and some slightly cooler air back behind it. There's a front. Watch that. Look at the temps ahead of it. 64 to Atlanta. Back behind it, 31 to Kansas City. So we have some cooling to talk about, kind of settling in to some parts of the country. How about the west? Yeah, a few sprinkles out there around Seattle off and on today, and maybe some more tomorrow. We'll talk about that in a few moments in WeatherScope. 45 to Seattle now and 51 down to Medford. Bay Area 54. I'm going to give you kind of a sneak preview of what to expect here in Southern California. More of the same. It looks great there for the Southwest. Let's talk about another active spot in the country. With that, here's Warren.
Thank you very much, Paul. Kind of see what's happened. We have high pressure now centered over the coast of New England, and that's kept the cold air planted into this region. And as our moisture comes up, courtesy of this low pressure system, we're seeing that moisture run into the cold air, and we are seeing a changeover to snow. Philadelphia has been reporting snow. State College, Wilkes-Barre and Scranton, Williamsport, Binghamton, and we're starting to see the snow now poke its nose into southeastern New York, the Hudson River Valley. So New York City, you might see a little bit before it finally changes over to rain as some of this warmer air starts pushing on in. Current temperatures can show really well where the dividing line is. 27 in Boston, 36 in New York, 31 in Philadelphia with the snow. I move over to the other side of the map, and you see 43 in Erie and 46 in Pittsburgh. So yeah, there's a front in there, and it's raining in western PA and snowing in eastern PA. It's just plain old mild.